Hello, architects. Can you smell what the lock is cooking? This month, I'd polled several people on Discord, and it looked like what you guys really wanted was everything in 3D. No. The big push this month was actually to do physics. Physics has been kind of back and forth, and as I was actually making this video, I had to completely redo it and go back through my source control history because I'd broken it again. It's that fickle sometimes. Needless to say, originally this was going to take, I was planning on doing this the whole month, but it ended up being just about a week. So with that, show off. This is our internal test project called Skate Park. You can probably figure out why, but it fixes a lot of the issues that we've had with physics thus far. Not sticking to the ramps as you're moving along them. You'll notice that when you go really, really fast, there's a chance you can lose and have escape velocity, but other than that, you're pretty good. You don't get stuck on the walls anymore if you continue to try walking towards them. There's also some added code to make sure that if you are bumping into a wall above you, that you don't have issues there, because that could also freeze you. So physics has made a big fix this month, and that should hopefully put us at basically a near final version of it. This month also saw a number of feature updates in regards to several commands and also the save settings. So you'll see here you can actually finally use saves. If I'm not on the save state, you'll see it's disabled. I can't use it. But as soon as I go on, I can save right there. I can also choose to load just like that. So yeah, save states work great now. Another added feature this month are sliders. This is desperately needed for me right now because this music is extremely loud. But this is a slider control. They can be bound to variables, and then you can go ahead and update things based on when they've been set. So you can see this one right here. And if I go look at it real quick in the database, maximize that for Bert. You're welcome, buddy. High five. And I'm going to go to my settings menu, and I look at my sound slider. You can see this is a new type. It's called a slider. You can see it here as well. And you'll see that you can bind the values, the minimum, the maximum, the current. You can say how much it changes. You can specify the orientation, whether it's vertical or horizontal, whether or not you want to invert the direction that you move it, whether or not you want to use floating points or integers. In this case, we want to use floating points so that we can have that little decimal point, because we're going between 0 and 1. And all we're doing is on the value changed, I can actually set it to the variable that we set. Right there, sound value. So if I go back up here, see right here, current value is this guy. Perfect. Nice and easy, and works great. Looking forward to see how you guys are going to use that.
Hey architects, it's Bert here, and I just wanted to go over really quick a couple of more updates that were added this month, mainly script commands. Here is a sneak peek at a super secret project I've been working on. Maybe you'll see it one day, maybe I will abandon it, we will find out. But let me just show you what else was added. I got this little entity here with some new script commands thrown in. The first step is a code block. What the code block is for testing. So if you know what you want to do, but you're not quite sure how you need to script it out, then you can use the code block to try some different approaches. So let me expand on this. You can see we have commands listed out here. I'm going to get to these in a second, but you can throw in different script commands to try out to see which approach works best for you. And you have this little ignore button that you can click, and it disables whatever this script is. So you can disable it, and then you can comment, say, this didn't work. Or you can label it something more like, you can label it more as your approach, like try to apply to velocity or displayed message like this, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So that's kind of a cool little feature. The other things I have nested in this little code block are, we have the tag modifier. So with this, obviously, as the name implies, you can modify the different tags that you have. You have a provider that you have to identify, you have to label or choose. So you have battlers, you have heroes. So basically it's like the difference between active battlers in a battle or just your overall party, so it's like battle or non-battle, right? You have save states and you have skill slots. So you choose a provider, you can select a unique ID, whether it be a local or global variable, assign those, and then down here you have the tags that you can add. You can give it the label, you can give it a value, and then you can remove said tags, however you want to do there. We also have a change mouse call here, so you can turn it on or off. You can of course assign it to a local or global variable, or switch rather. I think they're switches. They are switches. A local or global switch. Right now there's a little teeny bug to where it's when you toggle, it's not displaying that it's on or off. That's just a little tiny thing. Locke is aware of it. This just went in last night, I think. Anyway, the change mouse is for if you want your mouse to lock to the screen or not. So that's going to be great for you first-person people for your projects. I'm gonna dive into that later today for my own stuff. But as you can see, this project is not first-person, so it doesn't really apply here. But it's still cool nonetheless. Another thing we have, let's see, it's I come up here to my database and go to my virtual keys. We have display all messages. Now you can't expand this or nothing. All this does is it immediately displays all the text. So if you have some text typing out in a dialog box and you just want to hit, in this case, you hit X and it displays all of the message immediately. So I just assigned that to a virtual key. And now when I talk to this little ghost man, it will skip through this message. Now, one thing to make note of is this block input. Before this was in, I used block input as a way to stop the character from moving during dialogue. But if you have it on, like I'm going to leave it on this second one, then the display all message does not work. So just something to be aware of. The workaround would be this toggle controls that's been in for a long time. You just turn off the controls, turn off block input, and then that way your character's not moving around what the dialog box is going, but you can skip through it, and then at the end of whatever sequence you turn the controls back on. So I'll display that in a second. But the last script command that was added is the change tile set image. This is pretty cool. So you can just select, you set up this script command, the script call, and then you can select, from the tile sets you have listed out already. You can, you can use a global variable or a local variable if you'd like to do it that way. You also have tile set slots, so if you wanted to change from like a normal to a structural tile set or terraforming or animated, whatever, you would use that and then select the index value, or you could just select or define the image source here. In this project I've just been using the normal tile sets, so I will be going, right now I'm in a castle tile set, I will switch it to forest. And yeah, so let's take a look at that. We're going to talk to this little ghost man. We're going to show the skipping, the displaying all message, and he will change our tile set. Okay, let's see. Bam. Drag drag my box over here. Walk over to this guy. This is really, and I hit the button, bam. Just like that. And then I can't skip this one because block input is on. You hear me hitting the key, but I can do that. And then look at that, it changed the tile set. Very cool. Oh, and I'm walking into my entity that I created there. Yeah, so those are some pretty cool features added. Yeah, I think that's it for this month's updates. Be sure to keep an eye out for more things coming to April. Thank you guys so much for the continued support, for all the positive reviews, for the comments, the sharing of your projects. It really does help keep us going, okay? We really do all appreciate it so much. Yeah, April's looking like it's going to be pretty cool, y'all, so stay tuned. As always, you have been amazing. I have been Bert, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.